Actually, Tom, let's take a quick time out, and then we'll go to John Nicholson, who's down in the field. We'll be right back. Yep, go ahead.
Not. Right there. Sit down and, what? Sit down and tell John to look at me when JDA goes to him.
And as always, doing his duty down on the field. And so let's send it down to John. Happy Thanksgiving to you, John.
Well, Charlie, thank you very much, and a happy Thanksgiving to you and to Tom Fitzgerald up there in the booth, and Ken Fallon, who's along with you. And we've had an opportunity to talk to both of the coaches this morning. They're all good.
You'll be a great game this morning. Both coaches extremely optimistic.
All right, John, we're having a little technical trouble with your microphone there. We'll try and rectify the situation. We do have a microphone on the referee, Bruce Sutcliffe, who is going to be calling today's game, and he'll be giving us the calls as we hear them. John, you want to try it one more time?
All right, Charlie, we will try it again, and are you able to pick me up in the...
That is a little better, but it's still a little, you sound like my favorite Martian there a little bit. All right, John, we are having technical trouble, so, well, maybe we'll try the battery route up here. So the captains are just about set, but we're going to have a few festivities beforehand. So let's take a time out as we are getting ready for Quincy, North Quincy football here on News Info 1300 WJDA. We'll be right back. Of Quincy and North Quincy are going to come out to the middle of the field. The North Quincy Red Raider Band defending, if you will, the goal to our left. And now the Quincy High School Band will come out to the middle of the field. So we've made a battery change. So John, try it again for us. All right, let's one more time, John.
How does it sound now? Can you reach it all up there?
It's a little better, but not great.
It's all right, though. I think we can pick him up, Charlie.
All right, John, that's not... All right, well, whatever. So we'll try something else. So, matter of fact, we're going to it off because it's making all kinds of wacky noise. So the two bands are at the middle of the field. Crowd still coming in, and it is a cold day. There are some snow flurries about, and my bottle of Diet Coke is freezing on me. So that will give you an indication that it is a little chilly out there, but
It's a good game.
Great day for football. And before time gets away from us, let's just run down the starting lineups for each team. They've worked very hard all year. We'll start with the visitors, North Quincy. The wide receivers are Nathan and Jeremy Gott. Brian Raftery, the tight end. The tackles, Dave Carney, Sean Halpin, Justin Dilks, Dave Pacino, the guards. The center is Jason Picardi, Dan Duncan, the quarterback. The tailback is Sean Nee. At the wing, James Carvelis and Derek Epps. Mike McGregor and Glenn Peterson are the fullbacks. Defensively for North, Brian Raftery and Jason Picardi at the ends. Tackles, Peter Fitzpatrick and Justin Dilks. And now let's pause for our national anthem. our national anthem from the combined bands of Quincy and North Quincy High School. For North Quincy, continuing the starters, nose tackle is Dave Pacino, linebackers Dave Carney, Sean Halpin, and Keith Martinson. In the backfield, William Neuter, Nathan Gott, Toby Odom, and George Wirtz. On the other side of the ball for the Quincy High Presidents, on offense, Paul Caleri, the tight end, Butch Palazza, Jeff Burrell, the tackles, guards Mike Feely and Peter Colson, Dave DeLimpio, the center. Wideouts are Jason Sova and Terry Bowman, Mike Bartlett, the quarterback, Tom Malvesti, the wingback, Mike Elder, the fullback. On defense, Mike Feely and Jason Bennett are the ends, John Green, Mike Lombardi, the tackles, Paul Caleri and Ashley Davis, along with Bill Dunn, the linebackers, Kevin Carey, Tim Dowling, Steve Provost, and John Ganji are the deep backs. So,
Charlie, I just wanted to mention one boy that's left out of the lineup is Kevin Ross, who plays tight end and is also the punter. He dislocated his shoulder in the Taunton game, and will only be able to go in there and kick. So it was a tough break for him this year not to be able to play in this game. But he's a great young man. I know him personally, and the young lad to be proud of. But he'll be doing his best in there. He'll be going in and punting and doing extra points. So it's too bad he couldn't play today, but that's the way football is.
Well, at least he's going to get in there to kick, so he will participate in the game. All right, let's go out to the middle of the field. The referee is Bruce Sutcliffe as we get the toss of the coin. They're doing the introductions right now. The officials, Bruce Sutcliffe, as we said, the referee. The umpire, Steve Lynch. Bill Jennings is the linesman. Rich Evans is the field judge. And this is his 34th and last game, or 34th season for Rich Evans as the field judge. So the officials are being introduced right now. And we'll be set for football. We'll hold it right here for just a moment. It's 4 after 10. This is News Info 1300 WJDA Quincy. And so we are awaiting. It should be a great game as the two teams are sky high for this one. And
Mention the captains out there, Charlie
Yep.
for Quincy, Paul Caleri, Ashley Davis, Kevin Carey for North Quincy, Dave Pacino, Justin Diltz, Sean Halpin.
And
Yeah.
North, I think, wants the north end zone, so let's see what the call will be. We don't have the audio on the official. Quincy has won the toss. They have elected to receive, so they will go on offense. We'll be back with the kickoff after a 30-second timeout. Okay, you're going to use that for John? At the stadium, Quincy will go on offense, and well, let's see. We have another microphone, and John Nicholson, how you doing down there?
Well, Charlie, I'm doing all right. Give me a sign if you're receiving me. Okay.
You're all set.
We're all set, and we are on the air. Sorry we couldn't be a little more helpful to you when we had the toss of the coin out there at midfield. But as I mentioned earlier, both coaches looking forward to a good game. They say that the field is in good enough shape, that the cold weather should not be a factor. They promised that there would not be too many surprises this morning. They're just going to go out and play the brand of football that they have been playing all year long. And both coaches agreed that this should be one of the great games that will go down in this great rivalry. And Charlie, I'd like to mention one more thing. The referee asked me to mention that all of the officials in this game are wearing black armbands, and they are doing it in memory of two officials who passed away within the last couple of weeks. Both were active officials here in Eastern Mass football, and both died in their 50s, so they are commemorating them this morning.
back up to you.
All right, thank you, John, and don't forget, face the camera. John's the reporter not only for us, but for Channel 3 today, so it should be a great one. We would like to, Tom and myself would like to dedicate the game to a gentleman, and we'll continue that in just a moment, but we kick it off, and we are set. It's Tom Malvesti up the middle of the field, still on his feet. He slipped at the 30, but he gets up to the 39-yard line. So Quincy, with great field position, will start 1st and 10. They defend the south goal, moving right to left here in the first quarter. We would like to dedicate the game today to a true gentleman and a man who is retiring as a sports writer at the end of this game today, Tom Sullivan from the Quincy Sun. And I'll tell you, high school sports would not be the same in Quincy without the contribution that that gentleman has made. So Tom and myself would like to dedicate the game today to Tom Sullivan of the Quincy Sun. 1st and 10 for the Presidents. Mike Bartlett giving to Mike Elder straight ahead. He is hit and taken down as he tried to go up the middle, but was unsuccessful. It will be 2nd down, the middle of the North Quincy defense. Dave Pacino, Sugar Bear, they call him, making the stop.
Well, North Quincy came out, as I said, Charlie, on a 53, and they want to shove Alder down in the middle and helping, and Sugar Bear were right there to stop. They're right in the backfield, so they're going to try and take that inside game right away. Now let's see, go outside.
Mike Bartlett on the pitch to Sam Brown. The big running back does not turn the corner, taken down, out of bounds over on the far side. The stop made by William Neuter of the North Quincy Red Raiders. 2 running plays, no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Quincy Presidents.
Well, Quincy came out and they ran to the right. As I said, they had Rafferty over here on the strong side, and the 2 corners came up and made the tackles, but it was Rafferty that knocked down the interference. So that's a strategy North Quincy wants to use against this great Quincy offense. So now we got a double wide out over here on the left.
3 on the left, just 1 man in the backfield. Bartlett with the pass, complete to Malvesti. On his feet to the 40 and falls forward over the 45. He will be short of 1st down yardage. Again, William Neuter making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. They'll mark it at the 44, so North Quincy should get the ball as Quincy will be forced to punt it away. That's what North Quincy needed, Tom.
Yep.
Good defense to start things out.
Well, that's just what I said, Charlie. They tried inside and they tried outside. Then they threw the pass, so North Quincy held them. So now they're in a kick situation. This is where Quincy's a little weak on the snap. North's going to try and block this kick, I'm sure.
Sean Nee is back, and Malvesti with the kick. Partially blocked. It gets inside the 45 and will be downed at the 41 by North Quincy. They will start there, just underway. No score, back in 30.
I know they're going to do it.
Bring down North Quincy, handoff to Sean Nee, straight ahead, and he gets about 3 yards up to about the 44-yard line. And the stop made by Mike Feely of the Quincy Presidents. Quincy in all blue today. First time we've seen these blue pants, white numerals, the red and white stripe down the side. North Quincy, black pants, white jerseys with black numerals and the black helmets. As the Red Raiders have 2nd down and 5. Wing man left, wide right. As the pitch to Derek Epps tries to turn the corner and is stopped behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Feely and Steve Provost as they stopped him for a loss of a couple, and it will be 3rd and long for North Quincy.
Well, what Quincy was in then, Charlie, Quincy had a 4-man line that time with 5 linebackers spread across the field. So what those linebackers are doing, as soon as they see Nee going and as soon as they see that pitch, they're all shuffling to the right or the left. Wherever that pitch goes, they're going to try and shut it down. So right now, Quincy isn't respecting the pass too well on the 1st or 2nd down. But here's a double wide out over here.
On 3rd down and 8, Duncan lines up under center with the 3 receivers. He drops back, has the time, throws it out short, and it is batted up incomplete. A nice defensive play by Tim Dowling, and Dan Duncan is down on the field. He was leveled just as he threw the ball. It was a clean hit, but Duncan is down, and he is injured. A nice play on the other side by Tim Dowling. The intended receiver was George Wirtz, and Dowling got his hand on it and just knocked it away.
Yes, he did a marvelous job, but as you said, his Duncan down now, their quarterback down after throwing that pass. He wasn't far off the target, but he took an awful wallop out there. So here we are really in the ball game. And believe me, Charlie, one thing about this Quincy team, they hit hard and they gang tackle. So North Quincy's backs, knee, and the rest of them better be ready for some hard hits in there today, because this is a hard-hitting Quincy team.
Well, Malvesti and Provost go back. Kevin Ross with the bad wings will do the punting. He stands at his own 29-yard line, awaiting the snap. And it's a high snap. He has to go back and fields it. Quincy was not rushing. High kick, not very deep. There's a flag down, and it's taken by Malvesti at his own 37. But we have a penalty flag at the line of scrimmage. And let's see what the call will be, as referee Bruce Sutcliffe talking it over. Let's see if we can pick him up.
Outside North Quincy, I guess.
Yep. So Quincy will
He'll probably take it there.
probably take the ball.
That's a pretty good field position right there.
And they want to talk to the captain. So let's take a quick timeout. We are scoreless here in the first quarter. Well, Quincy's going to take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line, declining the offside penalty against North Quincy as Mike Bartlett brings them out. Paul Caleri comes out of the wing, now goes in motion to give to Big Sam Brown. Has a problem with the ball and has a trouble with white jerseys. They are all over him for a loss of 3 yards. And it'll be 2nd down. Peter Fitzpatrick making the stop for the North Quincy Red Raiders. So North Quincy has been up to the test so far defensively against this Quincy offense, but they are explosive and they can strike very, very quickly. Malvesti and Sova split wide to the right. They get single coverage, man-to-man.
Now they
Brown in motion. And Bartlett hands it off to Mike Elder, and he is hit and taken down at the 34-yard line. Loss of 2 more. And the stop for North Quincy made by Sean Halpin. North, so far, is playing their best defensive game of the year.
Well, they're up to it, John. They got, as I said previously, they got a good defensive team. The only thing that they could be burned on, I think, is going to be the pass. Though they got the 2 Epps brothers back there, are very good pass defenders. But I think Quincy's going to be forced to go to the pass.
3rd and 15. Bartlett rolls out in trouble, looking and throws it incomplete. Intended for Mike Elder up at the 39-yard line, but it was over his head, and it will be 4th down, and Quincy will be forced to punt it away. The last time they punted, it was partially blocked.
Well, that's a weakness Quincy has had all year, Charlie. Their center is a little bit weak on his snaps back. A couple of times this year they sent it back to the quarterback, and he's thrown it back to the kicker. So North Quincy knows that. They've read the scouting reports. They've seen him. So what they're going to try and do is pull the center. He gets way up on top of the ball. They're going to try and pull him forward and sneak a linebacker up inside. So here's what they do this time.
Knee back, Mike Elder waiting. It's a high snap. He fields it. North Quincy was not rushing. Not a good kick. It's going to bounce at the 50 and take a Quincy bounce inside the 40 and be down at the 39-yard line. 5:20 to go. First quarter, we're scoreless, and we'll be back.
That was a break.
Well, we have a penalty back upfield, and the ball is coming back. And it is offside against Quincy, so they're going to make them punt it again. We're not getting anything from referee Bruce Sutcliffe's microphone, so we're sorry that we can't bring you that. But we do have, and thanks to Continental Cablevision, we have another microphone for John Nicholson, and we'll go to John after this punt.
It's surprised, Charlie, that North Quincy didn't go after the punter that time. If they had, I think Quincy would have had a bad break.
You think they might go for him this time?
I think they're going to go this time, especially back here.
So Elder again with the knee.
Back.
And he gets a good snap this time, rushes on, he line drives it out, barely getting it out. It goes to the 50 and takes a Quincy bounce to the 47. North will start at their own 47. Down on the field, let's go to John Nicholson.
All right, Charlie, thank you very much. And it's been 3 downs and out in all cases so far with the offense, and you can feel the tension here this morning, both being still a little nervous, still trying to get on track, and maybe we'll get some offense now as North Quincy has their second possession.
All right, John, thank you. You do get that feeling, Tom.
Yeah.
Everybody is afraid right now to make a mistake, I guess.
Right. Well, they're both defenses are playing up to par right now. The offenses of both teams got to get warmed up, and I think you're going to see North Quincy really spread this offense out now. Here's a trips over here and a double on the other side.
Duncan throws out, has his man complete at the 47 to the 50, and down to the Quincy 47 on a pass to Nathan Gott. It was close to being a lateral, but it is a pass.
Very interesting formation, Charlie. I just want to interrupt you, but the very interesting formation, what they did is spread both ends out, 2 backs each side, so they had the whole 3 men on the left and 3 men on the right, and threw out to the flat. So the North Quincy has used that before, and I think you'll see that again today.
Duncan on the handoff, and a stop at the 49-yard line. Sean Nee is taken down by Steve Provost as Nee tried to cut off his right tackle, but was nailed. Both defenses playing outstanding so far.
Well, Provost broke in there. Nobody blocked him, and he just found a little seam, and he got in and just took Nee around the waist and just dropped him right to the ground on that hard surface. And that hard surface is hard right now. It's frozen, and when you bounce off of that, you feel it. So Quincy's playing a great defense. Here they're on a 4 with everybody up. So they're trying to stop that running game.
3rd and 7. Duncan back to pass, setting up, looking left, has his man complete to Wirtz. He fumbles the football, and it is recovered by North Quincy. Duncan, but Wirtz, I think, lost the first down as he had the ball down to about the 43-yard line near the first down, fumbled it back, and Duncan recovered, and it goes all the way back to the North Quincy 49-yard line. So North Quincy just cost themselves a first down.
Well, he hit him out there on the flat, then he fumbled. But, it was a great play by Duncan. They always tell quarterbacks to, when you throw it around to that side and cover in case it's intercepted. Well, it wasn't an interception, but it was a fumble, and he picked it up.
Ross waiting for the snap. He gets it at the 35, punts it away. High kick, fair catch being called by Malvesti. He downs it at the 24. 3:08 to go, first quarter. Scoreless. Quincy and North Quincy will be back. Well, one play has been run. Jason Sova, the intended receiver, up at the 30 as he tried to go into the middle of the field. Bartlett hit him, but in and out of his hands. So it's 2nd down and 10.
Well, Jeremy McGott was right there in his face, and I think that was one of the reasons he couldn't catch it. But it was a pretty good throw. And, of course, with Bartlett back there throwing, he's a danger any time in this field. So if possible, he's going to get the ball in there.
2nd and 10, 3:04, clock stop left in the first quarter. Quincy and North Quincy, handoff straight ahead to Sam Brown, and he's over the 25 to about the 27-yard line. And Quincy will have a 3rd down.
Now that's the most yardage Quincy's made up inside so far. They picked up about 3 yards on that one, but that North Quincy defense is packing that middle, and they get their strong boys right in the middle. They get Piccone right up there in front. So he's a tyrant when he plays over that center. So the Quincy center is doing a great job though against them.
One wide out, Jason Sova. He is to the left. The ball in the middle of the field. Malvesti in motion. Bartlett pump fakes once. In trouble. Throws it out. Has Sova, but it is incomplete at the 40-yard line as Sova completely beat the North Quincy coverage. Bartlett threw it out, but overthrew him by about 4 yards, or it would have been a touchdown, and it'll be 4th down, and Quincy will be forced to punt.
Well, he sure was, Charlie. He had 10 steps on the nearest man to him, and if he just laid a little shallower, it would have been a TD for Quincy because he had a full head of steam. But there's certainly a lot of pressure on Bartlett in there. So he goes that kick again. He got a little precarious situation every time Quincy goes back to kick.
Nee stands at his own 47. Elder standing at his own 15, awaiting the snap. It's a high snap, and he loses it. Now picks it up, running with it, and he tries to kick it. And now it's picked up by one of the other Quincy players at the 20 to the 21-yard line. And it's going to be North Quincy ball as Quincy muffs the punt. It'll be Red Raiders 1st and 10 at the Quincy 21-yard line. We'll be right back. One play run, Sean Nee up the middle of the 15 to the 14-yard line for the North Quincy Red Raiders. Line of scrimmage starts out at the 19, all set up by the bad snap from center. Elder was lucky just to recover the ball, and the kicking game, not really the kicking, but the snapping game has been the weak link in Quincy all year, and North Quincy is certainly going after it.
Well, they just he picked up 5 good yards in there on a little quick trap. I think it was up. There was a trap up on the left side of the Quincy line, and he picked up a good 5 yards.
2nd and 5. Man in motion, McGregor. They give to Sean Nee. He gets to the 11, maybe to the 10-yard line, right up the middle. Tackled by several Quincy players, including Mike Lombardi, and it will be 3rd down. Well, I'm Tom. I'm enjoying the Alaska Football League.
We got that on again.
Yeah, I tell you.
Yeah. Well,
Nome and Fairbanks. You think it's snowing here?
Oh yeah. Well, we got the cold weather to go with it.
Absolutely.
So right at home.
So it's going to be 3rd down and a yard. We've got under a minute to go in this first quarter. And now North Quincy will take time out with 52 seconds. It is North Quincy and Quincy scoreless. We'll be right back.
Stadium renovations by purchasing 112 rows and seat plaques. Rows and seats are still available in the rear of the press box.
All right, let's send it down to John in the field.
We've had a couple of bad snaps on kicking situations. The first big break of the game is one that North Quincy Red Raiders way, and let's see if they can convert it here.
Okay, John, it's 3rd and a yard. The wind is at North Quincy's back. The little ribbons are blowing from north to south, looking at that goalpost. Wirtz comes out wide left, ball middle of the field, line of scrimmage at the 10. Duncan, handoff to Nee, big hole, 5, touchdown, North Quincy. Sean Nee busted in from 9 yards out, and North is on the board. It is 6-0.
Well, what they did, John, they lined up in a power eye, and Rafferty went off the right side, and I think Quincy thought that Nee was going to come behind him, but he didn't. He went he slid off and went right up the middle. Nobody laid a hand on him, and he went that extra 10, 12 yards. Great big hole there he could drive a truck through. So they completely fooled the Quincy defense on that one. But this Quincy defense, don't worry, they're going to play some football today. They just were fooled on one play, but they won't be fooled on too many.
Ross with Wirtz to hold, ball down, kick is up, and it is good. With 46 seconds to go, first quarter, it is Sean Nee with a touchdown, his 9th of the year, and the kick makes it 7-0 North Quincy. We'll be right back. All right, thank you, Roy, Bill, Mike, and Cast of Thousands. 46 seconds to go, first quarter. It is 7-0. The North Quincy Red Raiders capitalizing on a poor snap from center on a Quincy punt, taking the ball at the 19-yard line and busting it in. A 9-yard touchdown run for Sean Nee. And Derek Epps kicks it off for Quincy. Malvesti picks it up after fumbling up to the 30, 35. He's to the 40, still on his feet, fights for yards to the 45-yard line. Quincy will start 1st and 10 at their own 45.
Well, look, Malvesti always fine. He come up to the middle and just took a little slant over to the right side by the visiting side of the field, and he found a little room, and just one tackler, I don't know who it was, but just I couldn't get the number, but he just pulled him down. If he didn't get him, he would have gone all the way. So here's Quincy now with darn good field position. They got to get their offense in gear.
Well, North Quincy has had the answer to every question Quincy has put to them so far. Let's see what happens. Shift Paul Caleri, the tight end, from right to left. I formation behind Mike Bartlett. The pitch goes to Sam Brown. 45, hurls up to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4 yards as Brown had to go high and up for that one. Peter Fitzpatrick and Sean Halpin making the stop for the Red Raiders.
Well, what they're doing, Charlie, North sees Quincy lining up strong left. They'll take Rafford, even though he's on the North Quincy's left end, and they'll bring him to the strong side to take down that interference and take that sweep away from Quincy. So that's what they're doing. Now, here's Rafferty lined up to the strong side and a pro on the right side.
2 receivers to the right. Brown goes in motion right as well, and we get a whistle. Excuse me, and that is the end of the first quarter here at the stadium with our score, North 7, Quincy nothing. We'll take a 60-second break and be back. Back here at the stadium, second quarter just about set to start. 2nd and 6 for Quincy. The ball at the midfield stripe. Quincy moving north to south. Second quarter play action fake for Bartlett. He avoids one man. He's on his feet to the 50, to the 45, and goes forward to about the 43-yard line. Should have a first down as Mike Bartlett did that all on his own, avoided a North Quincy defender, and took it down for the first down and a 7-yard gain.
Well, you're absolutely right, Charlie. The left end for North Quincy came in, and he had him pinned in, and he went so fast he was right by him. Bartlett stepped to the outside, and he'll do that. He picked up the yardage on his own. He's a tough quarterback. He's 185 pounds, 6 foot, and he's not afraid to run with that football. He'll put his head down and run right over you.
Bartlett brings them out. Malvesti in motion, wide man to the left. They give to Mike Elder, and he is stopped immediately and driven back for a 2-yard loss. As Sean Halpin, I think, has a little greeting, happy Thanksgiving to Mike Elder. Elder, well, the whole running game has not been a factor so far in this football game for the Quincy Presidents, and they have not been able to complete the big pass yet.
Well, I tell you, there's a heck of a war going on there by Dave D'Olimpio, the Quincy center, and Dave Pacino, the middle guard. And if you want to see a couple of tough kids playing football up in there, you just watch those two. Neither one of them are giving an inch.
2nd and 12. Brown in motion, trips now to the right. Given the draw play to Elder, breaks one tackle, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a yard. It'll be 3rd and 11. Again, hit by the middle of the North Quincy defensive line, Peter Fitzpatrick and Sean Halpin. And Tom, as you just said, and I know you, being an old lineman, you love to watch the line play.
Oh, I sure do. And that time they had a double team on Pacino, and of course when they do that, the linebacker got through, and the other tackle closed down, and so it's quite a battle going on up there. Great line play.
3rd and 11 for Quincy. Brown goes in motion. Nobody in the backfield behind Bartlett, looking to throw. Pump fakes. Throws it out, looking for Elder, and he overthrows him at the 20-yard line.
Well, I tell you, they're putting a lot of pressure on Bartlett, but he just looped that out there. But in the last 2 or 3 plays, North Quincy has let the Quincy receivers get by them. And if he just connects on one of those balls and just doesn't throw it quite so hard, they're going to burn North Quincy on a pass here.
So it's going to be 4th down, and adventures in punting continue. I want to thank the Channel 3 folks. We do have our monitor working, so thank you very much. Although I did enjoy that Alaska Football League this year. Very nice.
Well, Quincy's going
to go for it, and now we get a whistle. They were pitching it back as Bartlett took it. North takes a timeout to figure out what it is. And
well, I'll tell you what's happening out there. I think Quincy has considered the fact that they're not going to let him snap that ball all the way back because it's too dangerous. So what they're doing is they're lining up in what they call a short punt formation, and they'll center the ball to the quarterback, who stands about 2 yards back, and then he'll shuffle the ball back 6 or 7 yards to the punter, and that way they're going to make sure he gets the ball in his hands to punt it. But don't forget, all that takes time. And North is ready for it. So North is going to pack that middle and come after it. So this is a very important part of this ball game. It comes right down to fundamentals. And I'm watching Quincy here, and they had another center on the sideline trying to snap, and he wasn't able to do the job too. And this is one of the things that's with Quincy all year long, and driven Coach Raymer crazy to get a snapper to get that football back, because it's such an important part of a ball game. We just take it for granted every ball game that the center's going to get that ball back there 15 yards. And when you haven't got one, boy, it's a tough situation.
And that has been a problem, and North Quincy is capitalizing on it, or trying to, and it resulted in a muffed punt that turned into a North Quincy touchdown. They lead Quincy 7-0 with 8:06 to go in the first half. Bartlett will take the snap. He pitches it back to Malvesti, and now he drop kicks it, if you will, after running it a little bit, and it takes a Quincy bounce inside the 20, 15 to the 10-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10, North Quincy, as Quincy with a half fake, and then Malvesti decided to kick it, and he got the roll. It's 7-0 North. We'll be right back. Sean Nee gets the handoff. He's got a hole. He's to the 20, 25, 30. He's at the 40, 45, 50, and is dragged out of bounds by Provost at the 45-yard line as Sean Nee came out of it. Looked like a rugby scrum.
Jeez.
Somehow, I don't know how he got out of there and busted down for a gain of about 40 yards and a North first down in Quincy territory. And here's the replay. We're going to watch it in the booth.
It was amazing, Charlie. No, I thought the play was over. Then all of a sudden he came right over here, coming right towards the booth. So, you know, he's just amazing what he can do. He's not very big, but boy, he's got moves that I've never seen before.
As Nee with a big gainer, he has the touchdown, lone score in the game. It's 1st and 10 North at the Quincy 44-yard line. Handoff to Derek Epps. Epps is inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Tackle made by Bill Dunn for the Quincy Presidents, sophomore. One of the sophomores on this Quincy squad. They're going to have so many people back next year. Sam Brown, the running back. Terry Bowman, sophomore. Dunn. They got some talented people coming back next year, but that's of no concern to Coach Raymer right now. 2nd down and 5. Handoff to Nee. Nee inside the 35, down to about the 33-yard line. He should have first down yardage. We'll see where the officials spot it.
Well, North Quincy's not doing anything fancy, Charlie. They're just giving the tailback and running the old off-tackle play. Everybody blocked down, kick out the end, and look for the hole, and that's just what they've done. They've run that play to the right side twice. I think they see maybe they feel there's a little more weakness on their right side than the left, but it's just old-fashioned football, right off tackle.
6:33, clock moving left in the first half. 7-0 North leading. Wide out to the right. Backs in a split. Some movement in the Quincy line. No flags. Hand off to Nee. Nee to about the 31-yard line. Gain of just 2 yards. And it will be 2nd down and 8. Kevin Carey making that stop for the Quincy Presidents. As Quincy Coach Jack Raymer, Quincy is the home team down in front of us. A man unto himself right now. Watching in over on the far side, Coach Ken McPhee pacing back and forth. His team up by 7, but anybody's football game, and anything could happen in this game, as it usually does on Thanksgiving. 2nd and 8. Pitch to Nee. Nee sweeping right side, looking for a block. He's to the 25 and down to the 23. There is a penalty marker.
I think there might be a clip in there against North Quincy. Man laying on top of the other fellow with a sweep. They put trips out here, and they ran to the trip side with the crackback blocking. There might have been a crackback block, but he called it off.
He called off the penalty.
Yeah, that often happens when you have a double wide out and they crack back down on the defenders in the inside. Sometimes you hit them in the back of the leg on the back on those crackback blocks. So that's what probably threw it for, but they decided to call it off. But a good defense by Quincy and a tough play to stop. So the Quincy defense rolled up nice and broke up that type of blocking. But it's tough blocking and very dangerous.
3rd and a yard for North Quincy at the Quincy 24-yard line. Duncan with one man in the backfield. Brian Raftery, he gets the handoff, and he's got the first down and more inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line. Raftery is a big man, and by big, 6'5", 275, and I am not insinuating that he is like the refrigerator, but they use him like Refrigerator Perry in those yardage situations.
The difference is between him and Perry, Raffy's a good athlete. He can catch a football, he can run, he can do a lot of things. He's a great athlete, has the best catching hands on the team.
First down, North Quincy at the 19. Duncan, pitch to Nee. Nee sweeping right side to the 15. Still on his feet to the 13. Tries to cut back and is finally gang tackled by Quincy at about the 12-yard line, as Nee was not to be denied. He went right, he went left, he tried right again, and finally the pursuit came up. Jason Bennett and a host of others on the stop for Quincy, but it's an 8-yard North Quincy gain, putting the ball at the Quincy 12.
Well, just a quick pitch to Nee. He got outside. There was no Quincy end there because the end walked away, or the corner walked away because they had a double wide out, so he got plenty of running room. Now here's a double, his trips to the left.
2nd and 2. Duncan with the give to knee once again, spinning his way to about the 10-yard line. He is close to the first down, depending on where they mark the ball. Ashley Davis on the stop. They spot it right at the 10, and I think they're going to be just half a yard shy. So it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. 4 minutes to go. First half, 7-0. North leads on a Sean Nee touchdown with 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Red Raiders come out. Wide man Nathan Gott is to the left. Full house backfield. Raftery is split off to the right. Duncan, quarterback keeper, straight ahead. He's to the 5. He's to the 3. And he is, in for the touchdown.
He went in. He looked like he bounced off. He went in the quarterback sneak. He went off to the left side. He kind of stepped back and hesitated, looked at the defense. It's got a quarterback delayed sweep. He stepped back, looked. The linebacker on the other left side of Quincy went the other way, and he just stepped back and went up in the hole. Looked like his knee hit on the 1-yard line, but he just seemed to stumble across, and touchdown by North Quincy. So here's the extra point, Charlie.
Duncan with his 5th touchdown of the year. Ross with Wirtz to hold. Sidewinder to the left. Ball down. Kick is up, and it is good.
Well, he just about made it look like it was going to go over the right. He got under the ball and took some turf up with it, but just about cleared the crossbar by about a foot. So North Quincy here in the second period, jumping off to a nice 14-point lead. But don't kid yourself. This Quincy team is not done yet. They'll go right back.
That's for sure.
They got plenty of rockets to go, so they get their offense wound up. North Quincy's got their work cut out for them.
So it is 14-0. We'll take a quick time out and be back with more. Of panic, if you will, on the Quincy sideline, down by 14.
Well, Coach Jack Raymer is very close to me now, Charlie, and he doesn't appear to be panicked. He was telling his team before the kickoff, settle down, play your game. It's a long way to go before it's over, so he's just trying to get his troops to be calm and to play the game that he knows they're capable of playing.
All right, Quincy has got to establish a little bit of offense here as they come out. Bartlett with his backs split as he drops back, looking to throw over the middle to Malvesti, complete at the 40, 45, 50, and is bumped out of bounds at the North Quincy 45-yard line. Tom Malvesti with a 25-yard pickup and a Quincy first down.
Oh, beautiful pass, and right on the sideline. Malvesti didn't have much room to catch that ball on the sideline, about a yard. And he made a great catch and did a little tightrope for a couple of yards to stay in bounds and then picked up some good yardage. So here's that Quincy team going to the air now.
As Bartlett brings them out on first down, quarterback sneaks straight ahead and he only gets a yard as the middle of the North Quincy line, David Carney bringing him down. And it'll be 2nd down and 9. And somewhat of a unique call, if you will, on first down, a quarterback sneak.
Well, of course, if he sees something, if he sees the linebacker isn't in there and he sees the middle guard is taking a side, sometimes the quarterbacks will call that. But it just didn't work that time. Of course, he's up against some pretty good competition. Pacino and Dilks, and that big North Quincy line is awful tough with us, and the two big linebackers.
2nd and 9. The ball at the North 45. Pitch to Sam Brown, cutting back inside. He's down to about the 42-yard line. Stop made by David Carney of the North Quincy Red Raiders. So Quincy will be faced with a 3rd down and 7.
Well, it's awful hard when they shift that Rafferty over, and that first lead blocker that comes out for Quincy is usually the fullback or a guard coming out, and he sees 275 pounds, 6'4", 6'5" Rafferty staring in the face, so it kind of shuts that sweep down for Brown.
2, 3 receivers to the right, just one man in the backfield behind Bartlett on 3rd down and 7. He's back to pass, pump fakes once, Now throws it long, looking for Malvesti, and it is incomplete as he overthrew Malvesti at the 15-yard line.
Well, I tell you what's happening in there, Charlie. He's running. I'm watching him throw that football, and he's getting so much pressure that he really can't see his receivers, and he's just lofting the ball up high, hoping that he'll come somewhere close, and that's happened on 2 or 3 plays, and that's why he hasn't been too close to those receivers, because there's been an awful lot of pressure on him back there with that. The left end from North Quincy came in, jumped up in the air, so he screened his view out from the whole field, so that's why he had to lob that ball up high. So it's tough in there with Bartlett throwing.
Quincy takes time with 1:50 to go. First half, it is 14-0 North Quincy. We'll take a timeout and be back. Tom and I were just talking about the crowd, and there's empty seats on both sides of the field, and yet people stand. I'll never understand it, but you can't find standing room at the north end zone, but there's seats on either side. So, but what the heck? That's what they want to do. That's fine.
Stand up. They don't want to sit out.
4th down and 7 as Quincy lines up as Bartlett looking, rolling out of the pocket. He's in trouble and is going to be driven out of bounds at his own 46-yard line. And there's a penalty flag thrown.
Well, maybe a late hit. I don't know.
Let's see what the official will call, Bruce Sutcliffe, as Bartlett under center trying to get something going on 4th down. And it is right in front of the North Quincy bench. And see what the call will be from referee Sutcliffe.
Well, Dukes was over there, made the tackle on the bench over there, but looks like it's going to be
personal foul against Quincy.
Yeah. I thought it was against North Quincy, something over there on the sideline, but the personal foul against Quincy.
If you're going to have a personal foul, the last thing you want to do is be a Quincy player right in front of the North Quincy bench.
Well, that's the wrong place to have it. But Kenny was over there arguing with the officials, hollering at the officials, so he must have seen it and was really adamant that the officials call it, but they didn't miss it, I guess, whatever it was.
There'll be a 15-yard penalty on the personal foul.
Well, Quincy doesn't need that. That's the last thing Quincy needs right now. Quincy can't get frustrated and start losing their head out there, because this is they're behind by 14 points at this part of the ball game. If they start losing their head and making mistakes and personal fouls, they're going to hurt themselves. So
well, minute 40
under control.
Minute 42 to go. First half. It's 14-0 North Quincy, and they have the ball at the Quincy 40-yard line. North is not to be denied so far. Duncan looking to throw, in trouble, and is sacked back at the Quincy 42-yard line by Mike Feely, as Feely broke in, got a hold of Duncan, and threw him down like a rag doll on the field for a loss of, 18 yards, and it will be 2nd and 20 for the Red Raiders.
Great play by Feely. He broke in. Duncan looked like he was kind of fake a bootleg out to the right, and then he stopped and looked back to his left, and Feely was right down his throat. As you said, Charlie, just threw him right to the ground like he was a rag doll, as you use the expression, but it was an odd type of play. Here comes that North Quincy spread. 3 men to each side now.
And last time they threw a quick pass, Quincy only has 2 defenders on the left side. Duncan throws it for Epps, and it is thrown incomplete, but let's see what the officials are going to call. They're going to call that a lateral.
It was a lateral.
It was a lateral behind the line of scrimmage. So that's a loss of yards for North Quincy. A loss of a couple more yards, putting the ball back at their own 38-yard line.
For the life of me, I can't figure out why North Quincy is going into the spread now with 14 points ahead in this game. And they've been moving the ball well on the ground, and all of a sudden they're going into this type of spread. This is something you use when you're really
And
behind.
they've got it again.
Yeah.
Halpin, one of the linemen,
Yeah.
is one of the people out there, and Duncan is in trouble and is sacked as they didn't have enough people on the line. Mike Lombardi put him down, and now Quincy will call timeout, stopping the clock with, clock is still moving. And I think the officials are going to have to move the clock back. It was stopped with 38 seconds, but it's gone down to 27. So we're going to have the official come over and ask that some time be put back on. It's 14-0 North Quincy. We'll be right back. Well, they're asking that the clock be moved back. We've had a medical situation here on the near stands, and the EMTs have, from Norfolk Bristol Ambulance have brought the ambulance out, and they are tending to a young woman, and they do have stretcher out. The game goes on, and North Quincy will have a fourth. It's 4th and 32, if you will, and the scoreboard clock shows 49:21 to go. So I think they're going to keep it down on the field.
So nice of me, Chad. I can't figure out why they went to that spread, being ahead of 14 points in this late in the half.
Some movement in that Quincy line. High snap. Ross fields it and gets a short punt off. It bounces at the 50 and then takes a Quincy bounce and would be down at the 48-yard line of North, and there's a penalty flag back upfield. So let's see what they call it. Could be against Quincy. There was some movement in the line, as Dave Pacino is indicating it is against Quincy. So 5 yards isn't going to make too much of a dent on 4th and 32, but maybe they can get a better punt. Let's see. They're going to make them punt it over again, as it was. I think they're. Let's see. They're going to punt it again. Yeah.
Talking to the captains now, they haven't made a decision whether they're going to take it or not. But I don't know. They wouldn't give them a first down, and certainly take a chance having a punt block now this late in the ball game. So. They might just leave it there, but it looks like they're going to
make them punt it again. It would be good field position for Quincy at the North 48. Plus, it'll take some more time off the clock. Clock's been reset at 21 seconds.
So you gain 5 yards, and you got to go punt again. And of course, North's punting isn't anything to rave about either. Of course, Ross has got a dislocated shoulder, and he was never a long-distance punter, but it makes it more difficult when you can't catch that ball too well from center.
Well, he stands at his own 25-yard line, gets it off, gets better punt this time. It's going to bounce at the 35 and take a north bounce, and will be down at the 32-yard line. So they were wise in punting it again. What do we know up here? So it's 14-0 North Quincy with 21 seconds to go in the first half. Joe Catalano will have news from our studio at halftime, and the bands are going to be huddling. They got uniforms.
Yes,
We've been talking all year about not having uniforms, and they've got uniforms.
Well, they put some hats on, they get some berets, and they get some sashes around the waist, so they look like they got some little uniforms over there. And, they got about 30-some-odd kids in a North Quincy band.
Bartlett to pass, rolling out, looking, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Terry Bowman at the Quincy, or the North 45-yard line. And Bowman simply dropped the ball.
Yeah, he was clear going down the field, and just on the end of the fingertips. Just on the end of the fingertips.
Well, Quincy has the wind at their back here in the second quarter, as Bowman comes off the field, and with the head hanging just a little bit. He's been quite a find for this Quincy squad. 165-pound, 5'10" sophomore, and with burning speed. And Coach Jack Raymer is going to have him for a couple more years. So now Quincy 2nd down and 10. Again, moving left to right, second quarter. Paul Caleri lines up at tight end to the right. Bartlett is back to pass. Pump fakes once, has the time, has the protection, and he throws it, and it went off the back of one of the North Quincy players. Sean Halpin hit him right in the back. And
Halpin didn't know what hit him in the back. He was dropping back, linebacker, and dropping back deep hook zone, if you want to.
He was turning around saying, "Who hit me?"
And it just hit him in the back. So, of course, North Quincy had a prevent defense. They had everybody drop back this late in the ball game, so this late in the half.
And it'll be 3rd down, 7 seconds on the scoreboard clock. So, well, maybe Quincy, Jack Raymer is famous for his gimmick plays. So maybe pull one out of the playbook here as Quincy, a lot of room to go as Bartlett drops back. He pump fakes once, now sets up, throws long, looking for Bowman, and Bowman is tripped up and no call. And
he tripped himself.
He is yelling at the official as he got tripped up along with Nathan Gott, but you were right, Tom, not a call. Bowman thought it was, but
they were running side by side. In fact, there were a man on each side of him, but neither one of them hit him. And as he looked back, he tripped himself. There was no contact made whatsoever, Charlie.
So now 4 seconds are left. This has been the longest 38 seconds in football history to play the second quarter. Well, John Nicholson down on the field. Hope to get a word with both coaches before they go into the locker room. And now 4th and 10, which is kind of meaningless for Quincy right now. This will probably be the last play, and Bartlett takes the snap and puts the knee down, so they're going to go into the locker room and regroup. It has been all North Quincy so far in this football game. Our score at the end of one half of football, North Quincy 14 and Quincy nothing. One,
I saw the first game, and then I was 6 years old, and I seen
Yeah.
a lot of cones, and I seen the snow piled up on the sideline. I think it was about 36 to 37. So anything can happen on Turkey Day.
That's right. And, well, we'll see. Second half underway. Elder kicks it off. And it's going to be Derek Epps at his own 15 to the 20, 25, 30, over the 30 to the 35, and down at the 36-yard line is Derek Epps. Steve Provost taking him down for the Quincy Presidents. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders at their own 37-yard line.
Well, Epps is getting into this ball game. I think you might see him playing in there a little bit more the second half, Charlie. He's a real scat back. He's got legs like two toothpicks, but boy, he can run that football. So he's been running a lot, and maybe they'll get Epps in there this period too. But this Quincy defense is going to have to tighten up a little.
Epps junior, so he'll be back next year for Coach Ken McPhee. 1st and 10, wing left back split behind Dan Duncan, and the give going straight ahead to Mike McGregor, his first carry of the day, and he gets 3 up to the 40-yard line. It'll be 2nd down. John Green on the stop for the Quincy Presidents. 2nd and 7 for North Quincy. North defending the goal to our left. That is the North goal. The wind at their back here in the third quarter. North leading Quincy 14-0. As Duncan has Raftery, his tight end, to the right, wide man to the left. They give it to Nee, and Nee is hit at the line and taken down as Kevin Carey in there, just waiting for them to pile off Paul Caleri, the man that brought him down, John Green, as well. So now it's 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 7 for North. Jeremy Gott is checking into the football game along with his brother Nathan.
Great defense in there by Quincy. Quincy had a 5-4 practically. Everybody rolled up, going right after that knocked ball carrier.
3rd and 7, Twins to the right, to the left, wing, pitch to Nee, 40, 45, and is up close to a 1st down at about the 47-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. It should be enough, and it is. Referee Bruce Sutcliffe gives us the indication, and unfortunately we having technical difficulties with his microphone, so we do not have the referee. We'll work on that for next year, though. But we do have John Nicholson, and so who needs the referee when you have John?
We don't need him. They don't need anybody with John down there.
So it's 1st and 10 for North Quincy. Wing right, man goes in motion, handoff to Nee to the 50 into North territory to the 48-yard line. As North Quincy, not a passing team, so they had to get it on the ground, and they have done so so far today, Tom.
Yes, and they mixed up their offensive sets out there. The play before this one, they had a double wide out and threw the quick pitch, and Nee got outside and picked up good yardage. This time they had a wing with a man flanking to the right, and they went on inside and a little counter up the middle, so they're giving all kinds of offensive sets out here.
2nd and 7. And he gets the handoff again as he starts left and then cuts it back inside. Hit by several Quincy players. Mike Lombardi among the group. Yeah, Brian Raftery out blocking in front for North Quincy. So now the Red Raiders will have a third down again. The ball at just inside the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. And chilly day here at the stadium. But to 22 players out on the field, coaches, and a lot of fans, they don't feel anything. On 3rd down, pitch to Nee sweeping left side. He's got the first down and more, down to the 42-yard line. Quick pitch from Duncan out in the left flat to Nee, and he's got the first down.
Well, they got some good blocking out there. That quick pitch out there again, and the flanker blocked on the corner, and he just got enough for that first down. So North Quincy's moving on the ground, churning it out, and Quincy's got to dig in here defensively.
Oh, my Diet Coke keeps freezing. I don't know. Yours must be worse because you've got a can over there. I've got a bottle. There's a crust of ice on top of mine.
My fingers feel like they had a crust of ice.
They give to Mike McGregor straight up the middle, dragging some blue jerseys with him inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line.
Well, just a quick handoff, a quick trap right up the middle of McGregor. He picked up great yardage. Nobody laid a hand on him until he got about 6 to 7 yards downfield. So as I say, Charlie, North is mixing up these offensive sets and calling a good game out here. If they stay with basic football, they can move this ball. I don't think they have to go into any spreads or anything of that sort to move the ball. And Quincy's got everybody rolled up there, so they're playing hard defensive too.
5-4 Raiders, 7-2 Presidents. Big handoff up the middle to Sean Nee. He's on his feet to the 20, to the 15, and driven out of
I
bounds.
think there's a
Penalty flag
Penalty
back
flag.
upfield, and I think it's going to come back. Thrown in the vicinity of the line. One of the Quincy players, John Green, indicating it was holding, and it is confirmed by referee Bruce Sutcliffe. So a big break for Quincy, as that would have given North the ball at about the 15 and a first down.
Well, it sure was. It was a counter trap. It looked like a little counter trap going up back in the middle, and he went down the left side. But I think either the center held or the trap man held, and the official was right on top of it. So a good break there for Quincy.
So they'll put the ball back to the 45-yard line. And it will be 2nd down and 13 now for North Quincy, as Duncan under center, man in motion, pitch to Nee. Nee is in trouble. Provost has got him, and he puts him down inside North zone territory, back to the 48-yard line. Ashley Davis also over to help out for Quincy, as that time the Quincy defense got Sean Nee's number, a 2-yard loss, and it will be a 3rd and 15 now for the Red Raiders.
Well, Quincy's playing good defense, and what I like about the Quincy defense, they have 4 men down on a set-down position up in the line, but they have 5 linebackers that just slant along and play the play, and if the lock lines up heading one way, they just slide over, and they get great pursuit to the football.
So now on 3rd down, Duncan in a passing situation, dropping back, looking, throws it out, and he overthrows his receiver. Nathan got the intended coverage for Quincy from Tim Dowling, and now it'll be 4th down. North will be forced to punt. 5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It is 14-0. North Quincy with the lead.
Well, I tell you, Duncan threw that ball, but he threw it like a streak out there. He should have put a little air underneath that football, and of course he threw it so hard that nobody had a chance to get it, and Quincy had it defended well. So here we go in the kick situation again.
Kevin Ross and Malvesti, the deep man. Quincy moving in that line, trying to draw them, and it's a high snap. Ross gets it back at his 30, and he gets it away. And it bounces at the Quincy 30 and will be down there as North Quincy gets a break, as Ross was able to feel that ball. 4:49 to go, 3rd quarter, 14-0. North will be right back.
At the Quincy 31-yard line. First down and 10 to go.
One play run and attempted screen pass as Bartlett went out to the right flat to try and complete it, but Brian Raftery was in his face and got a hand on the ball, deflected it enough so it falls incomplete. Second down for the Quincy Presidents.
Charlie, going back to the previous punt, I just had a feeling that was going to be a bad snap. Went over Ross's head, and give Ross a lot of credit. He's got his shoulder all strapped up, and he can hardly move that arm. But he picked that ball up and got that kickoff. So a great play by Ross, even though he's not playing. Something he'll remember a long time.
Absolutely. They have not made it easy for him. The snaps have not been good for North Quincy either. Sam Brown gets the handoff on 2nd and 10, and he runs it up to the 38-yard line. So Quincy will have a 3rd down and 3. Sam Brown has been defensed very, very well this morning by this North Quincy defense.
Well, that's the best surge I've seen Quincy's line and Brown make yet. They just seem to move the North Quincy right side of that line out a little bit. They're getting their legs underneath them, and that's the best offensive surge I've seen up in that line from Quincy. So maybe Quincy will pick it up a little bit now and get underneath these big North Quincy linemen and move them out and get some of this offense going. But it's a tough job.
2. It is a big 3rd down for Quincy, even though it's so early, as the handoff straight ahead, and they get up close to the 40. They're going to be shy of first down yardage. Brown, the ball carrier, hitting the middle of that North Quincy defense.
Dave Connie is in there. I just wanted to mention him. We don't mention him very often, but he's been playing great ball in there for them, Charlie, and he was in on that stop.
So now it'll be 4th and a yard, and Quincy, one of the touchdowns, the first touchdown in this game, was caused by a poor snap from center. So what Quincy has been doing is Bartlett has stayed in the football game, taking the snap and either pitching it back to Mike Elder, the punter, or perhaps running a play. Let's see what they're going to do. Elder is going to take the direct snap. So Adventures in Punting, Part 2. And now we get delay of game going to be called against Quincy as referee Bruce Sutcliffe with the call. So that'll move the Presidents 5 yards further back as we have 2:56 to go. It has been a very quick third quarter, 14-0 North Quincy with the lead, and Quincy certainly has to be concerned. We'll be going down to John Nicholson in just a little while. Quincy has to be concerned that the offense has just not been able to click so far this morning. Elder gets a good snap from center, and line drives it out. It's going to take a Quincy bounce inside the 30, and will be down at about the 28-yard line. 2:29 to go, third quarter, 14-0 North. We'll be back. And North Quincy goes on offense. Will be going to John Nicholson in just a moment. First down and 10. Handoff straight ahead to Nee, and Nee is in trouble, and Jason Bennett takes him down for loss of yardage. John, what's the feeling down on the Quincy bench? I would assume that they've got to be very concerned.
They are concerned right now, Charlie. They are trying desperately to get their offense going and moving. And if you'll notice, Coach Jack Raymer has a headset on, and he's listening to what's coming down to him from the booth up there. Jackie doesn't normally wear one, but he's got one on now, and he's really trying to get this offense going. Their defense is holding, but the offense needs to get going.
All right, John, it is second down and 12 for the North Quincy Red Raiders. A handoff again to Sean Nee, and Nee gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a yard. That is about all. Stop made by Paul Caleri for the Quincy Presidents, and it will be third down.
Quincy's playing good defense in there now, and as I said before, Charlie, those linebackers are doing one great job. They get 4 down linemen, then they put 4 down linemen, and then they those 4 and 5 linebackers just slide to the play, so they're doing a great job. And they're not worrying, of course, too much about North Quincy's passing game, so when you don't have to worry about it, you can roll everybody up.
Coach Ken McPhee looking in on the far side, pleased at his squad. Pitch to Sean Nee, trying to turn the corner. He's to the 30, to the 33, and is dragged back there. Gang tackled by several blue jerseys, so it'll be 4th down, and North Quincy will be forced to punt it away. And Quincy, with just 45 seconds, clock moving, left in this third quarter, down by 14. Will have to get something going, as the number of times that they're going to have the football will be a precious few.
Well, let's hope that North Quincy gets a better snap this time. Ross had to chase the last one down. North was pretty lucky on that play.
As he awaits, gets a high snap once again, but he feels it away, and it's a poor kick. May have been partially blocked. It takes a Quincy bounce and will be down at the 30-yard line, but we're going to penalty flag.
They're going to roughing the kicker back here. Ross is jumping around with joy. I think they hit him after he kicked the ball. I don't know if he blocked it or not.
Well, we'll see. We'll watch the replay.
Yeah.
It was not a good kick. They called it on Ashley.
Now he's talking to the Quincy player.
And Coach Ken McPhee talking to Ross on the far side.
No, it's Quincy's ball because they touched it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Quincy, and Coach Ken McPhee is livid on the far side as the call. So I think what they were saying is that Ross maybe had something to say to Ashley Davis, something like that. McPhee, not a happy camper on the far side. Quincy will have the ball, 1st and 10 at the North 38-yard line, and the Quincy players trying to inspire the crowd. Best field position of the day for Quincy. Bartlett to Sam Brown, to the outside, breaks the tackle, 35, on his feet to the 30, and down to about the 27-yard line goes Sam Brown on a nice by Brown, and he tripped up. I think he tripped on the chalk on the far side. He may have busted that for the whole thing.
Well, he got outside in a quick pitch. He got outside. The end got a piece of him, but he bounced right off him. And finally, the deep man for North Quincy come up and made the tap on the sideline. But Brown had a head of steam, and boy, he was running for daylight. So Quincy's got a break here now, and they're trying to get a little momentum and full excitement in this ball game. So and they went around that side too. They went around Rafferty's side to the strong side. So that was a good sign for Quincy.
1 second to go in this third quarter. Coach Ken McPhee yelling something, trying to signal something. Bartlett fake to Brown, looking long. Bartlett throws it for Sova, and it is intercepted in the end zone by North Quincy as Jeremy got in front of Sova and intercepted it. And not sure if Sova is injured or not, but
I think he's just laying there in disgust. He's in shock because I really thought that he had position on him. He had position on Clark, but I don't know how it happened, but he just kind of reached up and both took it down with the ball. But when they separated, Clark came up with the ball and caught the ball behind the goal line. So it'll be North Quincy's ball on the 20-yard line.
So that will be the end of the third quarter. It'll be North ball when we come back at the end of 3. It's 14-0. North Quincy leading Quincy. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
have contributed to the stadium renovations by purchasing 112 rows and seat plaques. Rows and seats are still available, and forms are available today at the concession stand or at the rear of the First and 10 North Quincy at their own 20.
Talk about the interception as North intercepted it in the end zone. John, take it away. You had a better position on it. What happened?
Well, I had good position to see it, Charlie, and the defender definitely had great position. He had that ball all the way, was able to pick it up and hold on to it as he went down in the end zone. Bad break for Quincy.
So it is North ball. They have it, and we start the fourth quarter. They lead Quincy 14-0. The Quincy offense has been a no-show so far in this game. Excuse me. Hand off to Sean Nee up the middle to about the 26-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd and 4 for the North Quincy Red Raiders as the clock becomes the enemy of the Quincy Presidents now. 9 minutes to go in the game. They trail by 14. 3rd down as North comes out with 2 receivers, Wirtz and Fernandez to the right. Duncan on the pitch to Nee, and Nee is hit at the 25 and dragged down. Paul Caleri on the stop for Quincy.
Well, they're running that play to death over there, Charlie, with the 2 wideouts and the quick pitch. North has run that about 10 times in this ball game, and Quincy's kind of getting wise to it. As soon as they see it, they're sliding their defense over to that side and just sitting there at the end of the corner, just sitting there waiting for the ball carrier.
Now Vesti and Provost go back as Ross will get it away from about his own 11. That's where he's standing. Gets a good snap from center this time. High kick. And it's going to be fielded by Malvesti. 45 on his feet to the 40, 35, and dragged out of bounds is Tom Malvesti. A very dangerous catch with the white jerseys all around him, but he's trying to get something going for this Quincy squad. They'll have it 1st and 10, 14-0 North Quincy. We'll be right back. A one-play run, Sam Brown taking the ball, line of scrimmage, the 32. He gets 4, so it's 2nd down and 6. The ball at the North 28-yard line, 7:40 to go in this football game. 14-0 Quincy, and the Presidents, Tom, they pretty much have to put it into the end.
Oh, they sure do, but they're getting a little more lift in that line now, a little more pep in that backfield.
Hand off to Brown. Brown hit behind the line and dragged down as Sean Halpin led a defense. Nathan Gott also in there on the coverage.
And had him right by the sleeve, too. He had him by the sleeve and pulling it over his hand as he ran.
The other night in our TV show, they showed the highlights, and there was one play where a Quincy kid got grabbed by the jersey this year, and Jack Raymer was lamenting that they don't have breakaway jerseys anymore.
No more.
So it's 3rd and 8. Bartlett drops back now, rolls out to the right. He's going to run himself 30 on his feet to the 25, spins forward to the 24-yard line. He's going to be shy of the 1st down. It'll be 4th and a couple of yards. Again, Halpin on the stop along with Jason Picardi for the North Quincy Red Raiders.
Well, Bartlett came out. He sprinted out. His receiver was back out of the backfield, was well covered, and the run downfield was well covered. But he ran it himself. And as we said, Charlie, he's a tough kid. You know, he's got a lot stronger this year and has played great football for this Quincy team, and he just put it under his arm and picked up tough yardage, but they're about 2 yards short.
4th and 3. It comes down to this play of the game. Bartlett bootleg fake, throws it, looking in the end zone, has a touchdown.
Oh, he's got it.
Malvesti with a touchdown for Quincy on 4th and 3. And
Oh.
Mike Bartlett with the gamble, and it pays off for the Quincy touchdown.
Well, Vesti made a beautiful catch. Of course, he's made a couple of these circus catches before, but Bartlett laid it right in his hands on this far corner over here near our booth, and he just laid it out there. Malvesti had his man beat by about a step, pulled it down, and fell right into the far corner of the end zone. So here's Quincy coming back. They got momentum, and that's what they wanted to do this half.
What a gutty call by Coach Jack Raymer. You needed 3.
Yep.
You go for the whole thing, but Malvesti had to make a circus catch. It was not a chip shot by any way.
No way.
Carried a hold. Elder,
North Quincy.
ball
that's it.
down, and we've got a penalty flag. The
North
kick
Quincy.
is through, but let's see what they're going to call. Whether Quincy, I believe they blew it dead. I think Quincy may have jumped offside, so
I think North Quincy, I saw, came across into the neutral zone. Maybe he made contact. If it is, it should be, unless he blew it dead, as you say, it should
the
be.
flag was up
Did it?
before
Yeah.
the kick.
Yeah.
So let's see.
The Quincy man might have moved the ball. I'm not sure.
Offside North.
Yeah.
Procedure Quincy. Offsetting penalty, so we'll do it again. And that could be very important, as that point after was good. So they'll do it one more time. We carried a hold, and Elder to kick it. Try and cut the lead down to 7.
Don't miss many.
Ball down, kick is up, and it is good.
Plenty of room. He put it right over there, but going back to that circus catch by Malvesti. And Bartlett took a chance. Jack Raymer, a great call. Hit Bartlett just reared back and just floated that ball, and Malvesti just caught it off his finger. So Quincy got on the scoreboard, and then the extra point by Alder. So now we got a real ball game on our hands, 14-7.
With 6 minutes exactly to go in the football game, 14-7, and let's take a quick timeout, and then we'll get down to John Nicholson.
Eric Epps, Sean D, our teacher Steve, for North Quincy. Mike Elder will kick off.
The sun comes out, and let's get out quickly to John Nicholson. John, a little relief on the Quincy sideline.
Yes, sir. A lot of relief on the Quincy sidelines, and the momentum maybe now is on the Quincy sidelines as well. A beautifully executed play by Mike Bartlett. Looked like a bootleg fake. I thought he was going to run it for a minute, but he found Malvesti in the end zone. Great catch, beautiful play, and as you said, a gutsy call by Jack Raymer.
And we get the kick, and one of the North players fell down, and it goes through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Marchier Dunning, one of the assistant coaches for Quincy, just turned toward the stands here and exhorted the crowd to cheer it up for Quincy. On the far side, the North Quincy Red Raider fans doing the same. And it'll be North Quincy ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And for Coach Ken McPhee, the order of the day right now is to play ball control and keep it away from Quincy. As Dan Duncan will bring them out. Has George Warts wide left. Single coverage through the Quincy defense on him. The give is to Sean Nee up the middle to the 25-yard line. Goes Nee. Mike Feely making the stop for the Quincy Presidents. A reminder, we'll be picking players of the game. We'll pick a player from Quincy and a player from North Quincy. They'll get a very nice trophy. they get their pictures in the paper. They didn't put our pictures in the paper this year. They didn't put John's picture in the paper. So they put the players' picture. Why they put our pictures in the paper?
They wouldn't send any more papers out.
That's right. Subscriptions will down. 2nd and 5 for North. The handoff to Mike McGregor, and he's up to about the 27-yard line. Paul Caleri making the stop for the Quincy Presidents, and North Quincy will have, let's see, they mark it at the 29, so it'll be 3rd and about a yard. 5 minutes to go in the game. Clock moving. 14-7. North with the lead over the Quincy Presidents. Coach Jack Raymer alone in his thoughts right now, right down in front of us, and now time is taken by the North Quincy Red Raiders. 4:45 to go in the game. 14-7, North leading Quincy. We'll be right back. Well, Tom Fitzgerald's Coke is solid. And mine, his is in the can, mine's in the bottle, and mine's got the crust of ice on the top.
Well, North Quincy came a little bit confused on that play, Charlie. They sent a play in, then after they sent the play in, after the coach sent the play in, then a substitute came in, and he didn't know what the play was, so North Quincy had to use one of their timeouts.
Quincy would like to stop him on 3rd and 1 to give to Nee, and he's got the first down, it looks like. We'll see where they mark it. These officials have been giving pretty true spots today, so it should be a first down for North Quincy. Yep, up to the 31-yard line. Ashley Davis on the stop. 4:41. Clock will start right now. Quincy looking for the defense as the Quincy defensive coaches looking in. Bob Cuther, the coordinator, with the headset on. Mark Giordani, one of the other assistants, yelling in at the defense.
He goes this double wide out again. I think they'll probably sweep this way. Yep. Quincy's waiting for it.
Pitch. They get a block up to the 35, to the 37 goes Nee. So Sean Nee, Quincy may have been waiting for it, but Nee getting it all on his own. Paul Caleri making the stop for the Presidents, but not before a gain up to the 38, almost the 39, so a gain of 8 yards.
Well, if Nee gets out, like I said, they're waiting for Charlie, but Nee gets out and he gets just by that end, he'll make some yardage. But Quincy been doing a pretty good job defending that play. So here's a double wide out to the right with a slot, a triple wide out.
Quincy needs a big defensive play to stop North Quincy. Maybe they get it that time. Nothing doing as they hand it off. And Nee getting not much of anything. Mike Feely making the stop, and now Quincy uses one of their timeouts to stop the clock with 3:23 to go in the football game. 14-7 as defensive coordinator Bob Cuther huddles the entire 11, and over on the far side, defensive coaches for North Quincy doing the same. The coaching staffs, Jack Raymer for Quincy, the head man, Bob Noble, Bob Cuther, Mark Giordani, and Chris Noble, the freshman coach on the other side for North Quincy. Ken McPhee, his assistants, Tom Carter, Pete Grissom Jr., Pete Zoya, Earl Metzler, and the freshman coach, Dick Meyer. And there's another coach, and I can't think of his name for North Quincy. It escapes me right now.
Well, let's give these assistant coaches for both teams credit. No matter what the outcome of this ball game is today, they both had great seasons. The coaching staffs at Quincy have done a remarkable job with this Quincy team, bringing a young team along so that they won their last 5 ball games and ended up with at least a 7-2 and maybe an 8-2 after today. And North Quincy's coaches have done a remarkable job too. So it's been a great year.
couple of fine gentlemen and good coaches in the city can be very proud. Nee does not get the first down on third and a yard. See where they mark it.
Well,
I don't
think
believe
so.
he got it.
I
He had to
don't
get
think so.
get to the 41, and I think he's lucky to get back to his own line of scrimmage.
What a great job that Quincy defense did inside, boy. They came across that line of scrimmage, and he had two lead blockers coming up inside, and they just stuffed it up in there.
Well, they got a pretty good spot, so
Yeah,
it
they
is
did.
closer than I thought it would be. They're bringing the sticks across.
It's a big play for both teams right here. It could change this whole ball game around.
First down, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep, first down.
What a break for North Quincy. Boy, I'll tell you.
3:15 to go, so Quincy gives up another first down. And time continues to march against the Presidents right now, down by 7, 14-7 with 3:15 to go, and North with 4 fresh downs. And they will take 29.9 seconds if they can between each play. They give to Sean Nee up to the 42, maybe to the 43-yard line, as he is grabbed around the waist and taken down. Under 3 minutes, 2:52. Clock is moving. As
Well, North Quincy doesn't want to cough up there. Not a fumble yet. They want to hang on to that football, but a fumble could be disastrous for North Quincy right here. So these backs got to hang on to that ball, and this Quincy defense is really hitting, and these linemen are really digging in for Quincy.
2:29, clock moving. Duncan with an I formation, wingman to the right. Give to Nee. Nee hit at the line of scrimmage, taken down. We got a penalty flag, and that will stop the clock with 2:21. And
Looks like
Quincy
it's gonna-
player indicating that's
Yeah.
against North.
Could be a holding penalty.
Referee Bruce Sutcliffe talking with the Quincy captain Paul Caleri as to what they want to do.
It'll be second down, slow down,
So it's second
down. They probably won't.
Probably
Now they're going
would-
to take it. I would take it if I was them. Yeah.
Procedure.
Yeah. Procedure call. Yeah.
So the
So,
5-yard penalty will
Make it second and 11.
second and 11, 2:21. Quincy's going to have to start using their timeouts because North is going to take as much time as they can. Now they start the clock again. 2:20. It is moving.
And Quincy showing no respect for the North Quincy passing game at all. But now Duncan dropped back.
Duncan, give to Nee. Nee looking for some room. He's got it. He's to the 50, 45, 40 down the field, and Sean Nee down to the 25-yard line.
Hey,
Down for the Red Raiders.
well, that took North Quincy off the hook. Tough break for Quincy, but he went off tackle, followed the room, and did a little step to the outside. And boy, he's a marvelous runner, Charlie. He can just he gets so much out of nothing and can down his sideline, and that really picked North Quincy right out of the hole and puts him in pretty good shape for this ball game. But he does it on his own. Really, he got a little room. He made the rest of it on his own. I thought he was going to go all the way. Did you?
I really did, but the pursuit came up and got him. But just what Quincy did not need. We are under 2 minutes to go in the game. And North Quincy, 1st and 10 at the President, 25-yard line. And the handoff to Nee, and Nee is in trouble and taken down. Steve Provost, bringing him down. And now Quincy's going to use a timeout. With 1:40 to go, 14-7, North leading. Quincy will be right back.
As he was kind of cut down from the side and behind, and a marvelous run by Sean Nee. But the Presidents are exhorting their fans, and we're going to have a great 2 minutes.
All right, John, stay right there. Anything can happen as the ball at the 25-yard line. North, 2nd down and 10. It's at the Quincy 25. The Red Raiders lead 14-7. They send Gerald Fernandez wide to the left, but they'll keep it on the ground. They give it a Nee. Nee with a big hole at the 20. He fumbles the football. It's recovered by Quincy. Recovered at the 10-yard line by Kevin Carey at the President.
I do not believe it. As Sean Nee coughed up the football, squirming for extra yards, was hit. It popped loose, and it will be Quincy ball.
I like it, boy. Yeah, what a beautiful running mate, Charlie. But again, what he did last year, he came back to haunt him this time. He didn't know when to go down. He kept squirming and forgot about the football, not holding the football, and it bounced right out of his hands. And he hasn't done that all year. He's a great runner, but he has that weakness where he's so determined to make the extra yard, he forgets about the football. So here's Quincy with a chance to get back on the board. And look at Bartlett, going to wind up, I'm sure, right now.
They are 90 yards away. Bartlett drops back, looking to throw.
Man
Out
open.
over the middle, and it is caught by Charlie Bowman at the 40-yard line. A circus pitch for the Presidents as Bowman juggled that 3 times in the air and came down with it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He got hit just as he was catching the ball and juggling it. No, I tell you about this Quincy team, boy, if they put this ball in the air,
And
we're going to take a timeout over here.
Quincy takes a timeout with 1:22 to go, and you can hear the Quincy fans trying to get their team going for a touchdown to bring them within a point, and then they would certainly go for the 2. And let's hold it right here as Coach Jack Raymer huddling with his team, Coach Ken McPhee doing the same thing. And what a turn of events. North Quincy looked like they were just about ready to put it away. And as you said, Tom, Nee with that effort, and he's not alone. There are a lot of running backs like that, and it's just something that sometimes you got to go down.
Yeah, you got to know when to go down. You can't be screaming all the time. He just didn't know when to go down. He hadn't done that since last year. And it's too bad. It's a bad time to do it, but a great wait for Quincy here. And we're going to see Quincy here out this football. They got enough time. They got enough time.
22. So let's see. They have receivers left and right. 2 backs behind Bartlett. Bartlett goes under his center. He drops back. He has the time. Now the protection breaks down. He's still on his feet. Rolling around, looking. Now he's going to run with the football. 45. 50. He fumbles the football.
Quincy
It's
falls
recovered
on it.
by Quincy. Mike Feely recovers it for the Presidents. So Quincy getting a break as Mike Feely was there to recover the Bartlett fumble.
Oh, what a play. I'm telling you, this guy Bartlett is something. He ran with that football, and then the fumble bounced around and bounced out in front of him, and it was the ball was running around loose, I guess. And I'm Feely with the ball, so Quincy's still in this ball game. I tell you, everything's going on out here in this last couple of minutes.
So Quincy gets a big. I just watched it on the replay, and the Quincy players are again exhorting the fans.
The North taking a timeout out here.
North taking another timeout.
Yeah.
1:07 to go. The ball at the 42-yard line of North Quincy. It is the Red Raiders 14, the Presidents 7.
Well, you know, the other night at the Hall of Fame dinner, Charlie, many of the old-timers were up there, and they were inducted, and they were talking about some of the great games that they played. And one game, I think, North Quincy had 600 yards on the ground, and Quincy beat them 33 to, I'm not sure about this, something like 33 to 14. And so, you know, they're all trying to emphasize that this game can be the craziest game in the world. Anything can happen. And maybe we're seeing a turnaround down here. We don't know. So everything gets exciting. And there's no predictions in this type of football game. Especially with these Quincy kids. They've been working back from tough games all year. And they're up against a tough defense in North Quincy. But they're both hanging on by their shoestrings right now.
42-yard line of North, 1:07 to go. It's 1st and 10 Quincy as Bartlett has Elder and Brown in the backfield. Now they shift positions. They're split. Bartlett drops straight back looking to throw. Rush is on, and Bartlett loses his footing and is down at the 45-yard line for a 3-yard loss. As Bartlett was under pressure, and I believe it might have been Jason Picardi. Nope, Dave Carney, Tom says, that pressured him, and Bartlett lost his footing. And another timeout taken with 55 seconds to go, and Quincy will have a 2nd and 14.
Yeah, Dave Connie just got him by the side of the leg, and he just fell down on one knee. So, he can move around back there, but he had receivers downfield, and the longer they don't get him, the longer those receivers wiggle around and get loose downfield, and the more pressure they put on that North Quincy secondary. So the sun is shining. Everybody's on their feet up here. Anybody that didn't come to this football game this morning, Charlie, has missed a great one.
You got it. Well, the Channel 3 telecast, they'll show it this afternoon at 3, and I believe again at 7 o'clock tonight on Channel 3 in Quincy. Our audio, their video. They've done a super job all year. The all-volunteer crew. Quincy has one timeout left. It's 2nd and 13. Bartlett under center, has receivers left and right, Sova and Malvesti. He drops back, has the time. Now here comes the rush. He breaks away from one hand. Now he's running, and he is tripped up at the 43-yard line. And he was tripped up by Jason Picardi. And the clock with 39 seconds, and Quincy uses what should be their last timeout. It'll be 3rd and 13 as Coach Jack Raymer maybe will have to go to the gimmicks, and indeed referee Bruce Sutcliffe indicating Quincy is out of timeouts. John Nicholson, there he is. I see him. He's down at the 20-yard line. What is the feeling along the Quincy sideline?
Well, Charlie, the feeling here is very, very highly charged. You're running a gamut of emotions, very up and then dips down a little bit. But Mike Bartlett on that last play, if he hadn't tripped up, he had nothing but white stripes and green grass in front of him, and he might have got into the end zone with that one.
All right.
Well, what up, Charlie? He had plenty of room, and he just danced around there like a snake. 2 or 3 people had a shot on, and Picardi just got him by the ankle. Just touched him, and he went down. So great play by Picardi, but this kid Bartlett's putting on a great show here today for us.
And it will be 3rd and 13 for the Quincy Presidents. The ball at the North Quincy 45-yard line. Quincy trails 14-7. The North Quincy defense trying to dig in to stop the Quincy offense that has been pretty much under control today. A great job by the North defense. Bartlett drops straight back, setting up a screen. Has it to Sam Brown, and Brown is taken down at the 40-yard line. Only a gain of about 3, and it will be 4th down, 30 seconds. And Quincy, they can't spike the ball because they need the yardage. It'll be 4th and 8, 30 seconds. Now they start the clock. Bartlett under center. Now Elder lines up on the line. Bartlett on 4th down, looking. He's looking long, and it is incomplete. In and out of the hands of Terry Bowman at the 8-yard line.
Boy, had 3 men all around him. They just touched him.
We have a penalty flag, but it is holding against Quincy, so it'll be declined.
Oh, boy, I tell you, there was 3 men around him, and it just bounced out of his hands.
What a play, and it'll be North Quincy ball with 17 seconds to go as the North defense held, and they will drop to one knee and take the victory and go to 6-4. What an exciting finish to this football game.
Well, a tough break for Quincy. Boy, I'll tell you, they put it all out here in this ball game, and they were behind by 14 points, and they couldn't get anything going right up into the last quarter, but they sure put a show on this last half with some great catches and some great passing. And again, North's defense came up big, and that's been their strength all year. So this ball game has been a cliffhanger, typical North Quincy game all the way, Charlie.
Absolutely, a great job today by this North Quincy squad. They have just shut the Quincy offense down cold. They have made the defensive plays when they've had to, limiting Quincy to just 1 touchdown while getting 2 of their own. Duncan takes the snap and falls to one knee back at his own 35-yard line. 10 seconds. And you can hear it from the far side. The Red Raiders pour onto the field, and it's a dejected, bunch of Quincy presidents whose Super Bowl hopes have been dashed, as the North Quincy Red Raiders are the winners today, 14-7 over the Quincy Presidents.
Well, Charlie, Vince Lombardi said one time, they asked him, he lost the game by a touchdown. They said it was a tough loss, coach, and his remark was, no, we didn't lose. Time just ran out on us. And I think that's what Quincy can say here today. Maybe if they had a couple more minutes, they would have got back on that board and would have had a tie ball game. So enthusiastic group over there from North Quincy, just elated and kind of a dejected group here from Quincy. But by gosh, they don't have anything to be ashamed of.
All right, let's go to Ken. Let's see. Well, John had Ken McPhee and just lost him as he's had to go out to shake hands and everything. And John,
He's going up there now.
yeah, they're going to present the game ball. John, take it away.
And the game ball has just been presented to the official by Kenny McPhee. And
Rich Evans.
34 years you've been refereeing football. The day you're retiring, you must have some great memories and a great game today.
I think the greatest memories I have are with the guys that I've had the privilege of working with over the year and some of the great athletes that I've seen. This is a marvelous sport, and I've just been thrilled to be part of it.
Thank you very much. A pleasure to have had you here this morning. And let's see if we can turn around now and find Coach Ken McPhee. I kind of lost him.
Well, we'll see if we can spot him for you, John. Let's see. No, I can't find him either. He's somewhere in that snake trail of people shaking hands.
Let's see. I got Jack Raymer. If I could just.
Yeah, I see Jack over there, and he's shaking hands, and that's the great thing of this rivalry, Tom. They can be enemies, but now they're friends. You've got Jack Raymer, so John, take it away.
Okay, Charlie, thank you very much. We do have Coach Jack Raymer here, and Jackie, everybody said it was going to be a great game. Nobody should be disappointed this morning.
Well, there's a lot of disappointed kids from Quincy right now, but I mean, I think when they have time to look back on it, I mean, we went down throwing with everything we had, kind of regrouped in the second half, but hey, not that a tough defense. I knew that coming in. My guys are down, but I think they're going to look back at a very good season, although right now you can't tell these kids from Quincy that because they just kind of, it takes a lot out of you. But we'll rebound back, and I give credit to North Quincy because they came and played, and they played tough, and they were 7 points better than we were today.
Talking about rebounding, you rebounded really well in the second half. You really came out with a lot of spirit and emotion and played real hard.
Well, this is the way this team has played all year, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of the defense, and they were coming after us. Mike Bartlett did a good job throwing. We just tip pass here or there. We might have brought it in and made it exciting for the last play, but not ours to be this year, but we'll be back.
Okay, Jack, thank you very, very much.
Okay.
All right, that was Jack Raymer, and again, I'm looking around, Charlie, if you can help me out.
Okay, I was watching you. I think he's probably more toward the north.
Let's see if I can. Okay,
Yeah, the huddle up down there.
Mayor Sheets is going to make a presentation here, so if we can just hold it down here, and as soon as Mayor Sheets is ready to make the presentation of the Quincy Public Schools Championship Trophy to the North Quincy Red Raiders, we'll hold our microphone in front of the mayor as he makes the presentation. We've got Mayor Sheets, Bill Walker, and Dr. Creedon, the superintendent of schools here in Quincy, and all the players from North Quincy and a lot of fans from North Quincy. Very emotional, very happy people this morning. A great game on both sides. And North Quincy coming out victorious this morning, and it will make them make their season. Of course, they all call this the second season, so they won the second season in the championship of the city of Quincy. And we're going to turn it over to Mayor Sheets. Mayor?
I'd like to present the captains of the North Quincy High School football team with the Quincy Public Schools City Championship Trophy for a tremendous victory today, an outstanding game. You played very well, great sportsmanship. We're very, very proud of you. Congratulations.
All right, and you heard it, the mayor making the presentation of the championship trophy to the North Quincy Red Raiders, and they're going, holding up their fingers number one, and last year they used that as a salute, and this year I think they're doing it same, and As you can hear them, they're cheering, and Kenny McPhee, the coach of the Red Raiders. He's a pretty happy man at the moment, and if we can just get him to walk over here to our WJDA microphones, and maybe we can get a word from Coach Ken McPhee. Happy this morning, Ken?
Anytime you beat Quincy, you're always happy. That was one heck of a football game. We knew it would be. We come up with some nice plays by some of our kids. Played great, and give Quincy credit. They were out there until the very last dying breath, and they played well. But it's nice that our kids come out with a victory. These kids have worked hard. They've been under a lot of adversity all year. A lot of people have asked them why we are what we are. Well, we just proved that we're not a bad football team, and that's nice. It's nice. I don't know how many Sean Nee had, but he come up big again.
Well, it was advertised as going to be a great game this morning, and it turned out to be. It was really right down to the last second.
It really was. It was one of those games that you couldn't breathe. I mean, if when we thought we had it, if we pull it, make a nice play. Sean makes a nice play, and going for that extra yard, he just fumbles a little bit, and then Quincy comes right back with a great play. Hey, as I said before, the losers are the people who didn't come and watch it. There were no losers in this field. Quincy High were definitely not losers. They were great kids. I love them all, but I love my kids a little bit more.
Okay, Ken McPhee, thank you very, very much, and congratulations to you. The North Quincy Red Raiders, they are the champions of the city of Quincy, and Quincy School Superintendent Dr. Creedon is with us, and a great game this morning.
Wonderful game, the very best, and noble tradition of this game. Great game. 61 years, and it's been a wonderful contest from the very beginning.
Well, they said it was going to be a great one, and you shouldn't have been disappointed watching this morning.
No, we had a great crowd, a beautiful day, and two fine schools competing against each other. There were credits certainly to themselves, to their coaches, to their families, and certainly to the city of Quincy. Quite delighted.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Creedon. And Charlie, we'll send it back up to you. And well, wait a minute. Before we do that, let's see if we can go over and talk to Ward 2 Counselor Peter Colson, who had a son playing in the game this morning. A good game, Peter.
Yes, it was an excellent game. Played right down to the last second, as usual. Again, the tradition continues, and I'm sure next year will probably wind up being the same thing. There's a lot of these kids are going to come right back and play against each other during next year. And looking forward to another great game again. It's somebody's got to lose, and but I'll tell you couldn't find a better game than you saw today. It went back and forth, and congratulations to them, the boys. They did a superb job, and they're the winners. And next year maybe Quincy will come out on top. Who knows?
Okay, thank you very much, Councilor Peter Colson, and Charlie. Back to you and Tom.
All right, thank you very much, John. Let's recap the scoring, have our closing comments, and then we'll let it get back to Roy and the crew back at the station. I know they do have some other games, and we'll keep you posted on those. The scoring went this way, 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sean Nee, a 9-yard touchdown run. Kevin Ross put the point through. North led 7-0. 3:32 to go second quarter. Dan Duncan, the quarterback, with a 10-yard run. Ross again kicked the point. It was North 14-0. Quincy finally got on the board with 6 minutes exactly to go in the game. It was Mike Bartlett ending Tom Malvesti with a circus catch, 23-yard touchdown pass in the end zone. Mike Elder put the point through. Quincy cut the North lead to 14-7, but that would be all the scoring. A late Quincy drive was unsuccessful. North held and ran out the clock. 14-7, the final score. Quincy's record drops to 7-3. Any slim chance of going to the Super Bowl by the wayside, and North goes to 6-4. Tom Fitzgerald, quite an exciting game as we thought it would be, and quite a job by this North Quincy Red Raider squad shutting down the Quincy offense.
Well, it certainly was, Charlie. Great ball game. I think just about everything's been said that can be said, and both teams played great ball today. Quincy, looking back on the year, was a young team, as we said. We followed them all through the year. We're beating every ball game that they played at home, and they've come along and put it together, and they went up against a great defensive team from North Quincy. North Quincy's offense had been stuttering a little bit, but North Quincy, of course, they get Nee, and their passing game hasn't been too good this year, but they get knee and then Duncan in the quarterback sneak, and that was a sneak, and that was all they needed. And of course, a great partner throwing with Mel Vesti and his great receivers that this Quincy team has almost come back and put this ball game into a tie. But they just fell a little bit short on time, and as I said before, there's a great season for both teams, and the coaches did a great job, and there's nothing much more than we could say, but it was a typical Thanksgiving Day game. The last 3 or 4 minutes were just spectacular. Anybody that wasn't here today, you better watch it on cable because you missed one heck of a ball game. So to the coaches, to the players, to everyone associated with this ball game, job well done.
Absolutely. Once again, our final score, 14-7, North Quincy with the victory, and I want to thank a few people. Thanks to the Channel 3, the volunteer folks who we worked with all year again, and we thank them. And thanks certainly our sponsors who brought you the games this year, and our crew back at the station, Roy Lynn, Joe Catalano, Rob Cosgrove, and Dennis Knudsen, who goes to Quincy High. He'll hang his head a little low, but his team played a good game today, and he can be proud even though they came up a little short. And I want to thank my broadcast partner, Tom Fitzgerald.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much for another great season. And, well, who knows? We could be working next Saturday if some things fall in the right direction for some local teams. We could be working, so we'll see what happens.